You must have heard about Atmanirbhar Bharat as a slogan given by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Now, what is Atmanirbhar Bharat? Is it self dependent Bharat? Is it self reliant Bharat? Well, with an aim to make India Atmanirbhar and a comprehensive economic package was announced. Amid the impact of COVID 19, there is an economic slowdown. There are certain key legislative reforms in labor and farm which have been passed by the government to speed up the growth process. But will that actually impact? Will that have a say on the Indian economy? Well, the severe disruptions to the supply chain due to lockdown has led to the supply side and demand side shrinking by 22.9 and 23.9%. This was in quarter 1. India's GDP will shrink between 7 to 10% and will possibly reach 1920 output level by the end of 2021. Now this will have a lot of adverse impact on poverty, inequality, standard of living. The medium term problem is the slowdown of aggregate demand, private final consumption expenditure, investments and exports. The consumption demand of agriculture, small scale manufacturing and self employed is not increasing due to low income growth. People are not getting jobs. The people who have already lost their jobs because of COVID 19, they are not able to sustain themselves. The investment slowdown is mostly due to a fall in household investment in the construction sector, almost 5% of the GDP. So the people have low amount of investment as well, affecting major industries like steel, cement and power. Now, if you say that you know the problem, you know what exactly it is, then what is the solution? Well, Atmanirbhar Bharat depends upon improving the income and productivity of the majority of labor force. And once the income and productivity of the labor force increases, the demand in the market for goods and services will increase. This itself will move the economy and increase the economic activity. Incentivizing the farming community to shift from grain-based farming to cash crops, horticulture, livestock product, which is more income generating, which consumes less resources. Shift the labor force from agriculture to manufacturing by utilizing the demographic dividend as China did. Now, what do you mean by shifting the labor force from agriculture to manufacturing? Well, in agriculture, still more than 50% of the population is employed. And do we really need 50% of the population to be employed in agriculture? Certainly not. So there is disguise employment. So people, though they feel that they are employed, but actually they are not doing much to the productivity. And these number of people can be shifted from agriculture to manufacturing. Now, China is not the most favored destination due to rise in wages, strict environmental regulation, and increase in the cost of production. China's geopolitical situation and its relationship with US and other allies is not quite strong. And this is an opportunity for India because it offers huge domestic market and factor endowments. There is a need to reduce tariff and non-tariff barriers on imports of inputs and intermediate products to create competitive manufacturing sector. Make in India and assembly in India. Now, once big industries and companies start to manufacture in India, it will create a vicious, in fact, a cycle which will be very beneficial to the people of this country because it will create a lot of employment. it will make India a manufacturing hub, because still the cost of labor and production in India is very less as compared to other countries. I've just given you the example of China. Now, there is a need to rationalize land acquisition clauses in labor laws, both at central and state level. There is a need for vocational training from secondary school level and make more employable the younger generation. And I think these small efforts will pay huge dividends for the future of this country.